Hey everybody, Clint Butler here. Welcome to 2025. Hope you guys have closed out your year as well as can be expected. And so getting back into it. And with that, we're going to do a video on Article Schema 101, and using Rankgear to generate that schema. And so I just wrote this article, put it up last night. There's no schema on it. As a matter of fact, the SEO, I had to do some of it last night, setting up the SEO plugin, etc. But what we're going to do is write the schema for this using Rankgear. We can't do the full advanced schema like I would typically want to do with Rankgear yet. I mean, we just don't have enough development time into it and learning all the different things that people are going to do, etc. Just yet to do 100% of everything. But as that grows, we'll be able to implement more and more. So this is the article we're going to write the schema for, Article Schema 101, and then we will get started. First thing I want to do, though, is change that URL. Let me sign in. And I want to change that URL because it's just too long for me. And I'm just going to do that. Save. Create the redirection. Yep. And publish. It's no big deal because the site only has one article in it anyway. So we're done with that. Let me open the article up. There you go. So Article Schema 101, all set. Okay, so next thing I want to do is I want to figure out the keywords I want to use for creating the about and mention schema. I'm going to do that first. So I'm just going to go understanding article schema, kind of look at it, long tail, 0, search volume reported. There's probably more, but let's do this. Article schema 140, rich snippets tool, schema generator tool, schema markup helper. None of those are related. And then these are all pretty much low volume, so no big deal. We're going to stick with article schema. And then for giggles, I'm going to go into Ahrefs and SEMrush and look at their keyword research tools. See if we're missing out on anything. 225, view all 53. Pretty much article schema generator, schema article. So article schema is pretty much what we're going to optimize for. Obviously, looking at the search results, I'm not going to get one or two, probably ever. And then these have a little bit more, a lot more time in place than I do. You look at referring domains, etc. So these sites are not guerrilla sites, they're not unbeatable, but it's going to be some time before I can do that. So theoretically, I could land somewhere around here. Theoretically, after I do all the on-page optimization and all that stuff. So I'm good with article schema. We look here, article schema, same thing, article schema. So I'm pretty happy with those. So I'll go ahead and just close those out. And we're going to go over to Rankgear, it's rankgear.com. My partner and I put this together. It's been up for quite some time. We do have membership in it, people using it still to this day. Just been really slacking in promoting it. And you see we keep the fees down pretty low. Just really, it's enough for us to get some Starbucks money and pay for development at this point. All right, so close that. And this is what the tool looks like in the back. We're just going to start right off with the article schema. This is an articles. One thing to remember is to always stay consistent. So if you have a news site, for example, or maybe even just a news section, everything that goes into that section should be news article. Don't mix and match with article and blog posting and art and news article. Always pick the same kind. Okay. In our case, these are all going to just be articles. That's the one I'm going to stick with. So it's one I'm always going to use on Rankgear is just article. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the coding of this thing out. First thing I need to do is get this URL. We're going to drop it in here, and then I just want to do this and do article. Article. All right. Now, article head name is missing, right? So I don't see name. So I'm going to do name. Put that in there, and then I'm going to drop this up. Okay. And now for the name, I want to use the title. And this is the title tag too. My H1s and my title tags are the same, so I can do this. Typically, I use a title tag, and then if I use a different H1, I'll put the H1 in the article headline. In this case, the article headline is understanding article schema. Okay, and then the description, I have a prompt that writes my descriptions for me, and I just put it right here and drop that in. And then schema. I can do a couple things here. I can do push this if I want to or not, etc. So what I'm going to do is let's push it. All right. Input. I'm just going to do that. Type. Nah, I don't want to use that. I'm going to leave that blank. Actually, I'll do this. Oh, I deleted it, so I can't put it back. No big deal. I'll get to it. Date published. I published it yesterday. Date modified and modified it today. That's actually important, especially if you're updating your content. Make sure you're always using that date modified and changing that date. If you have JavaScript and it auto updates your schema, that's probably the best. However, most tools, SEO plugins, etc. If you're using the built-in schema, not running it yourself, typically a lot of them adapted and implemented that, but a lot of them have not as well. So that's why I don't recommend you using this. Author type, we're going to use person because I wrote it. Okay, and then I'm going to do my name, Cliff Butler, and then I want to use my. I'm going to use this for that ID. And I'll just do Clint, right? Schema expert. Why not? And then I'll put digital here. And then my URL. I don't use author profiles on here, so I'm gonna use digital here. .com, and I think it's at. Not entirely sure. Yep, there it is. Boom. So that's there. And then the image, I'm just going to use this because it's not wrong. All right. So that's there. So the author's in there. And we're good. Social profiles. Why not? Let's put those in there too. So Facebook. Actually, I'm going to use facebook.com/. I'll use my agency ones. Well, I can use your agency or you can use your profile. Let's be simple and just use my profile. So go here, put 1, and then X. To profile. That's in. Why is that saying invalid URL? Oh, whatever. I'll figure it out. What else? Let's do LinkedIn. And let's do what's another one? Let's do Insta. Let's do Reddit. Reddit gets a lot of love. So let's say Reddit. Views my profile. And we'll add that. All right. So now we have the article, description, name, same as day post. Okay, that's good. Publisher is going to be organization, but I have not written out the organization schema yet, so we're not going to use publisher at this time. But if we were going to use it, you select type, organization, load it, and then we add it. Let's add it. I can go back and change it. So we're going to change the organization. We go Rankgear. We don't have an X. We don't have that. We don't need that. And then we want to use the URL. Do that there, do that, and then I'm going to do this. So when I go back and write the website schema, it'll pull right inside of that. Oh, actually, we can just do, because this is organization. So when I go and write it, it'll interlink them together. Make sense? We don't do the logo. I just want the address. There we go. Social profiles. We don't have any. Contact point. I can use. Add a contact point. Let's do customer service and just do email and then do. What do I have? I don't think you even have an email set up on here yet. Nope, I don't. All right, so let's do here and then schema. What was that word we were looking for? Schema markup generator. Schema markup generator. There you go. And I'll do English. And then let's just put digitals. Just for now. All right. Okay, so we have a pretty decent schema built into there. Next thing I want to do is I want to go here and go to article type and just look for stuff. To add article body, I never add that. It's literally in the body already, so it makes no sense in adding it again. Article section, don't do. Backstory, not really worried about. Page end, page start, no. Speakable, you can do speakable. The problem with it is depending on your website builder, you're going to have issues, and mainly it's going to be around CSS selectors. So let's take this article here. We scroll down, and I do why SEO matters. I can mark that with the CSS selector for speakable. And then I can mark enhanced SERP visibility, improve click-through rates, advanced content parsing, and feature eligibility. I can mark those for, four things? I can mark those 4 things with the same CSS selector. And then using schema, write those parts up as speakable. The value add versus all the work in general, I don't find it that very useful unless you... Like if it's your only website you're ever going to have and you want to squeeze as much juice out of it as you can, do that. Do the speakable CSS selector stuff. And that will definitely help you getting into voice search and all of that. At the end of the day, though, like how I'm an Apple user, so I use Siri a lot, and all it does is read search results for me. Sometimes it gets answers and stuff. So at the end of the day, if you're looking from a voice search perspective, probably not very useful. But again, test it out and see if you want it. And then word count, number of words in the article. I don't generally add that either. It's not going to help Google understand about the page. Now we have about, and the other one is obviously mentions. So this sometimes works and it sometimes doesn't. So what we're going to do is about. I'm going to put about same as. And then I'm going to grab that. I'm going to do bulk import, and there's my data, right? So where do I get that? I go over to Zista. Let's sign in. Should have done this in advance. Sign in, Entity Explorer, new report, and then I'll just do Digitlear, and then we'll do article schema, search. And then it's going to go and fill this out, create this report. It'll take a couple minutes. So the reason I say I don't know if this is working or not, sometimes it takes it and sometimes it doesn't. It's like really finicky and it's kind of annoying, but hopefully it works. We'll figure it out together. Still waiting. If you haven't used or not using Zista yet, this is a great tool. I'll do a couple of videos on it, just walk you through it. So what we do here is I don't want all of this. You see that? There's a lot of crap, right? So I don't want all of that. And I don't want to have to read through all of it and individually delete it. So what I'm doing is get rid of wiki links, and then I'm going to uncheck these 4 boxes. And that gets rid of all the keywords in there. See? So now it's a lot more cleaned up. And then I'm going to go through, read these real short. Yeah, there's a lot of things I got to clean out of there. All right, so we're going to take the about section right here. The way that's set up, my abouts and mentions are exactly the same. So, and I just want that. Okay. I'm going to go into dot, and we're going to start getting rid of some of these. So I'm going to get rid of clauses. I'm going to get rid of opinion. I'm going to get rid of tag. I'm going to get rid of paragraph. I'm going to get rid of table of contents. I'm going to leave web page. Personal website I don't need. Policy I'm going to get rid of. Knowledge representation, going to get that in there. Personal information, entity, Wikipedia. I don't use HTML document, metadata, hierarchy, meta description, documentation, concepts. I don't need that. Ontologies, keep, headline, keep, web documents, schema.org, schema markup, schema.org. And I think this one and this one are the same. Yep. So that's just a variation, so I keep it. It's not going to hurt anything. So you see I knocked that down pretty clean. All right, Control-A. Going back to Rankgear. Put it here. Confirm. JSON provided is invalid. Let's go here. I like this one better anyway because I can do this. You can see it. All right. So I'm just gonna keep trying it. messing with it. This is everyone, and normal users going to run into this, so we got to figure it out, right? Let's see. Let's see if it's looking for it. I don't know why it would be looking for it, but let's see if it's looking for it. Okay. Yeah, see, it's fighting with me for some reason. All right. I'm not gonna bore you. We'll figure that out. As a matter of fact, I'll just pause the video and figure it out. Okay, I went left and I found the bug the developer has to fix. And we'll get that fixed as soon as possible. One, it's not reading the code right because it's looking for one URL. Basically, in here, it's just wanting one URL. So we'll try it. I'll just reset to default and just use Google Links. Turn these off. Okay, save. And then I'll do this. In theory, this should work. Right? Yeah. Okay. Go here, bulk import. Confirm. Nope. Yeah, see, it's still not working. So I'll figure that out. So building in the wild, folks. All right. Anyway, let's move on. I'll show you that when we export it out of here. I think that's the rest of that. So let's go in here again. So abstract. I don't need an abstract. Access mode, I don't need. Accessibility stuff, I don't need. Aggregate rating, I don't need. Audience. Intended audience is actually pretty interesting, but the targeting inside Google isn't that good right now. Like maybe for like ad stuff, maybe that would be helpful, but at the end of the day, it's not really doing much. Author we already addressed. Citations, those are actually pretty cool. So we can do citations. Let me remove that. The citation. Okay, and then we'll move that up here, add a citation, and then add a citation. And obviously we're going to add this. And then let's add this. Okay, so those two citations are in there. Good. Let's add some internal linking. So significant link. Sig. Let's see if I can find it. No, the author isn't. Let's do link. No. Significant. No. Okay, so that's another one we'll add manually. No big deal. All right, let's see. Where we leave off? Citation, comment counts. If you're doing JavaScript and you can automate those update, that's pretty good. I'd probably just use comment count though, not comments, because they can change the meaning of your posts. And that would screw up what Google thinks your article is about. Contributor, you don't need. You can use contributor. Let's say myself and Terry Samuels got together and did an article. I could put contributor in there. I'll be the author. He'll be a contributor, and it actually builds his relevance too. So that's good. Let's see. Creator. It's the same thing as author. In this case, date created, date modified, date published. You can use all three. It's not really necessary, but that would look like this. Let's go date created. And then put here. And let's say I created on the 8th, I published it on the 9th, and was modified on the 10th. Just to show some progress. Let's see. That's really useful, especially if you're doing freshness related stuff. If you're in news, these things are going to be your friend. But in general, if you're doing an evergreen article, like Article Schema 101, it'll generally be evergreen. The only time it'll be modified is when the standards for the schema is changed. So those won't change very often, and Google won't look for those to change very often. Editor. Let's say you got a buddy. Again, we'll go back with Terry Samuels, for example. I wanted to review my article, and I could put him in as an editor, and that helps him, kind of repays him for his work for reviewing the article, and it builds some links and some relevance for his author profile, assuming that Google even is keeping track of those. It does build the associated entities. Genre, you don't really need it. Has part is fun if you're doing a video. I'm going to put this video in here, and then I'll add has part to the schema that we end up writing, and then put video schema in there. But I'll do that after this is all done. Headline in language is based on, is part of is we're going to do your website. So I can actually do that now. We can do is part of, come down here, select type, select schema, and I do website, load. All right, and then do Rankgear. Put that there. Put this here. I'll do website. And search URL I'm not using. Okay, so it'll look like that right there. What else can we do? Keywords. I'm not really a fan of using them. There's a couple tools. Zista you saw. And there's another one that implemented keywords, but I tested those and they don't influence the rankings of the pages, and they don't index on their own, and Google's not going to index you for a keyword just because you have that in there. And to me, it just kind of messes with everything. Main entity, generally not a big user of main entity and main entity of page. This is the web page. It's has these parts and it's about these things, and then that's the end of it. I don't usually dick around with main entity. I would do that if I was talking about a specific product, like if I'm doing an article about the Amazon Kindle, and then I could have it, like I say, a comparison part of it. I could theoretically create a main entity and then write about the main entity of a page, which would be the Amazon Kindle in itself. That's how I would use that. But generally, I don't even mess with it. Main entity. Mentions will have the same problem, so then I'm going to try it. Offers, producer, publication. Offers is good, especially for products or services. You can put an offer and then put product or offer service in there. If this was, if I had the in this case, when I build out the website schema, I'll actually put offers in there, and because we are offering a service, the schema markup generator, I'll put that in there as a service, and then that'll be site wide. Publisher, we already looked at. Schema version you don't need. All this stuff you don't need. Sponsors you don't need. Text you definitely don't need. And then additional type, alternate name, description, disambiguated description. These two are pretty important. But again, you're not going to rank off of them. You just want to describe what your page is about. We already have it. I put it in the meta description, right? Yeah, see, description. And disambiguated description is just right. It's essentially a different version. You only really need one. Same as, you don't need. You can play with same as and do some associations. Like there's multiple schema generators, schema app, schematra, and a bunch of other ones. I could put same as in there if I wanted to, but essentially all you're doing is building links to them. So I don't do it. But you can build that association if you want to. All right. And that's it, really, and what we're going to get out of here. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is save as schema. I'm going to make this a public thing so everyone can see it. And then I'll do article schema 101. Just like that. And now any user, they can come in and just get this and fill in the blanks and use it from this point together. All right. And then let's just validate it in the validator. Let me see. That's good. Citations. Let's make sure that's right. That just means it's in the wrong place. So I want to do products supported. Let me see if I can change it here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where the hell are citations? There we go. Citations. There you go. I busted that out of there now. Okay. All right. And then validate. There we go. Fixed it. Ta-da. Okay. So now you have a basic, well, pretty much everything you need except for your about and mentions. Now, just adding this doesn't make it advanced schema. And Rankgear is not going to get you a full blown out. As you saw, there's, some of these things you gotta build and stack and everything, and you can do it. And then there's some limitations depending on how far you want to take that out. That's really all advanced schema is. It's just blowing it out and taking advantage of as much of this stuff as you can to tell the story about your content. But you don't have to go crazy with it at all. This is perfectly acceptable the way it is. However, I want to take it one step further and add my about and mentions. So I'm going to copy this. Actually, let's save the schema. All right, so that updated that and got rid of those errors so everyone can use it. Now I'm going to copy this, or you can edit it in here. As soon as you edit it in here, though, you can't use this anymore. So just take it out. And I suggest you get Sublime, and because you can see the errors that are in it, right? Actually, I want to do this because I want to save that because we cleaned that out, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, do new here. Choose your syntax, which is going to be JSON, so you can see your errors. And then I just want this section right here. All right, and then description there. I'm going to put it right here. It's about, bam. And then I'm going to do it again. And then I got to put, see, there's no comma there, so you see the error, so I get the red line. Very good. I'm going to go here. And I want to change the second copy and put mentions. Okay. Make sure that's right. Make sure that's right. Now we're going to add significant link. And then I'm going to put the home page in. Boom. We're done. What else can I add? I could do more links if I wanted to, but usually I just do one. All right, so we have about, we have mentions, we have author, we have publisher, we have our citations, and is part of this website and is created there and modified there. So we'll copy that again. We'll take it back over to the validator. And not recognized by schema for object type article. That's okay. So let's go. Let's do this because we want it. We want that link. Okay. And so what I'm gonna do is take that out because that's doesn't want to be there. I'm gonna delete this. All right. And then watch. This is gonna be fun. Hopefully it works. Paste. And then I want this right here. I want that. And I need this. No, I need this one. I'll replace it with a URL here. And then I want to do at ID. Do this and do web page. Okay. There's a headline. Make sure I do the name. And I want to use my title tag. So find that. Okay. Now watch this. Here. All right. And then see those errors? I'm going to do that and that. And that cleared the errors. All right. So we're good there. Okay, so now let's see if it's going to let us get away with that. Ghetto hack. Oop, unrecognized errors. Let's see, what do we miss? So we have that. It's right here. Boom. Search. Boom. Ta-da. We're good. All right, so let's go back. Get rid of that. Okay. Should be all set. Control A, Control C. Test it one more time. Control V. Boom. It is there. Is part of the web page, is part of the website, right? And then when I add the video, it'll have another one that says has part and video. Cool, right? And that's really all you need to tell the story of what your page is about. Again, you could blow this up. We can do some interconnections where if I write a specific organization schema for the website, then I can use the same organization ad ID on all of my articles, and it'll pull that specific one into here, combined with the one that I added to my article here. So I don't have to go back and take that out. It'll combine them for me later. Same with the website. And I do the website schema. If I use the same ad ID, it'll pull and combine the website schema to this and blow that out. Same with the web page. If I want to make changes to the web page, I can come and do that. And so really, if you're understanding ad ID and you understand how to leverage it, you can write advanced schema without writing a 3,000 line combined hierarchy one if you want to, and save yourself a lot of time. But really, at the end of the day, when you put it in this tool, you want to see this. You don't want to see, let's do Schema Markup Validator. Actually, let's see if there's any images here. Nope. I'll do Markup Validator. And here's a good example. See how these are all like this? That means the hierarchy is not interconnected. And in some cases, that is okay. But if you have like a creative work, it should be under the web page. Site navigation element is fine to keep it under by itself. Breadcrumbs fine to keep it under itself, but everything else should be under the web page. You don't want it to look like this. You want it when you run it. Ultimately, your schema, the tool is going to look like this, and that's how you definitely tell Google what the hell's going on with your website. Okay. And your specifically that web page. Remember, Google ranks pages, not websites. So you want to tell the best you can about what this article is about, what it mentions, who published it. So you're doing your eat stuff here, the authors, the eat stuff here. You've taken care of eat, you've taken care about mentions, and you've added and definitely indicated the relevance. All right, so we have that. That's all done. So let's go here, and when you go to our article, and I'll just show you the implementation just because I want to do it. And go all the way down. And then I use Schema Press Pro. Use whatever you want. This has a custom, so I can add custom schema into it. Otherwise, I'd use WP Code or Header Footer Control Manager. But all three are great options. And if you're using HTML, then you just drop it inside of the head tags. But I'm going to do it right here. There you go. It's all set. Save. View the post. Test schema. There you go. All right. So like I said, breadcrumb. Everything else is inside of there. Breadcrumb's fine. Just kind of puts everything together for you. Does a little bit of interlinking. So I just put it in the JSON. And now here's your article. Boom. It's all right where it needs to be. What it is, what's it about, who published it, expertise, authority, and trust. The more you do, the more you do, the more you do, it pops out and you start getting trustful, and then you're good to go. Okay? All right. So that's Article Schema 101. It's using Rankgear. Again, if you're a user of Rankgear, you can load it. So you load schema, select it, and you can see Article Schema 101. Okay. And then as I make more of these videos, more of those templates will get loaded, and we'll just keep on rocking. And you'll be all set. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this video, hit thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, all that cool guy stuff. And hopefully way more to come.